Hello, my name is Steve, and I'm recapping my trip to Cooperstown, New York, my first trip to the Baseball Hall of Fame. While I was there, I played in an APBA tournament that was the brainchild of Jeff Giordano, and John Cochran was the tournament director. And I also need to have a special thanks to Randy Croyer, who basically made it possible for me to go up there. And I just thank him for his contribution to one of the best weekends of my life. And just to recap the tournament, I was in, they had two divisions, one with 6 teams and one with 8 teams. I was in the 6 team division, and we played 7 games. So I played 2 teams twice and played 3 teams once. And I lost my first game of the day to the 1998 New York Yankees. And then I came back and won the second game. And then I played Roy Langens twice, I believe. And I beat him both games. The one game I was down 9-0 in the bottom of the 8th inning and scored 10 runs to win that game. And that was just phenomenal because Roy's one of my favorite people in the APBA community. And he's just always a pleasure to be around. He's an encouragement, and he loves the game of APBA, and he's just one of the great ambassadors for the game. Then in the finals, I beat Dom Provisario in the semifinals. After I won my division, we had 4 teams in the playoffs, and I beat Dom, and I believe I was up, 7-2, and he came back and got it 7-4, and then I got a run to maybe make it 8-4, and then he got a run to make it 8-5, and then in the next inning he got 3 runs to make it 8-8, and then in I believe the bottom of the 8th inning, I got 3 runs and ended up beating him 11-8. But it was a really fun game. And then I played Steve Scoff in the finals. And Steve Scoff is a 3-time national convention champion. And he was playing with the 1911 New York Giants. And I believe he won with them in 2012, the last tournament in Lancaster. And I was down 2-0 going to the bottom of the 9th, and I got an out. And then I had a hit by pitch for, I believe, possibly Ronald Acuna was hit by a pitch. And then Travis d'Arnaud hit a home run to tie the game. And then in the top of the 9th, he got, I believe we used the ghost man rule, and I believe he got a hit, or he got a number where the runner didn't advance. Then he got a runner on, I think it was first and third, and there was a ground out or something where somebody was thrown out, but the runners didn't advance, and then there was a fly out or something to end the inning, but he didn't score. And I started off with Dansby Swanson on second and got a hit that moved the runner to third and had a guy on first. And then we were using the unusual play card, and I believe Austin Riley, we rolled his unusual play number. So we re-rolled on the unusual play card, and it was runners first and third. And the result was a 41, which was a double steal. So I actually won it on a walk-off steal of home, which is just phenomenal. I got pictures of all the plaques in the plaque gallery, and I got pictures of all the Hall of Fame players who played in the tournament, and all of them had their plaques except Roy had said his plaque was kind of misplaced during one of his moves, and but the rest of us had our plaques. and Skeet Carr was out wandering the halls, and we couldn't find him for the picture, but everybody else was in the picture. And we just had a great time. I won the tournament with the 2020 Braves. Um, and they're just a fun team. And they only played 60 games in 2020 because that was the COVID year. And they had rules where if you had players that didn't, they had to play a certain percentage of their team's games. And a lot of tournaments don't allow you to use teams from shortened seasons. They've just recently started allowing players to use like the 1981 season and the 1994 season because those are strike years. But the main reason I use that Braves team is because I wouldn't be able to use them in other tournaments, and I do like the Braves. They're my second favorite team to the Reds. And Mr. Giordano actually sent me a cameo that he got with Johnny Bench giving me a congratulations for winning the tournament at the Hall of Fame, and that was just phenomenal because Johnny Bench is one of my all-time favorite players. That era of the Reds, the 70s, is when I first started following baseball and loving baseball. And the end of the decade is when I found APBA and started playing APBA, which I've been playing for over 40 years now, probably 43. I started playing it in 1980. And I started really following baseball in 1972. So last year was my 50th anniversary of my love affair with baseball.
Hey, Steve, it's Johnny Bench, and wow, won the first tabletop dice game tourney, and that was at the Baseball Hall of Fame. How cool is that in April? And the legendary comeback. I mean, it's just one of the great stories. I think I saw it on ESPN. Actually, it might have been number one, being down 9-0 and winning 10-9. If it's a dice game, I'm out. Unless you want, boxcars or snake eyes or whatever, I can do all of that, Steve. You must be really good, and how fun it is that I guess you run the Charlie Fouché APBA baseball tourney. That's really cool. I'm sure, I don't know how many, I'd love to know how many guys are playing that, but, the gaming community of the APBA is, it's pretty impressive, and you're doing all of this. Well, you must have a love for the game, and I think I appreciate you following my career. It's been a wonderful thing. Some of the things that sort of hang on my wall and some things that hang behind me. This is a fishing rod friend of mine. I do a little fishing every now and then. So I don't play many dice games, and I don't certainly understand the game of what you're playing. I mean, this is the dice game baseball. You must be really good, is all I'm saying. But the APBA gaming community wanted to say congratulations and thank you very much for all that you do.
And I just had a really good time. I had a wonderful trip. I drove up and back and got to stay at Randy's house when I arrived in Saratoga Springs on Thursday. And I think we played 7 games as a warm-up for the tournament. And we only had one game that was a blowout, but all the other games were, I think 5 of the other games were 1-run games, and one of the games was a 2 or 3 run game, but they were all really close. And even in the game that was 2 or 3 runs, I think the team that lost had a chance to win it in the last inning. So none of them were really blowouts. Everybody had a chance each game. And, just the fickle nature of dice. But it was a lot of fun, and I had a really good time. And there's the APBA Football Club has posted several videos on their website about the tournament, because that's Jeff Giordano's channel having to do with APBA, and he's just really done a wonderful job editing and compiling videos. And this whole thing was his brainchild. So it was just a lot of fun, and I just want to thank everybody that contributed. Also, while I was there, I got everybody who attended the APBA event to sign a baseball, and it was baseball I got from the Cooperstown Baseball Hall of Fame gift shop, which is where I got this hat. I got this shirt at a shop called Yastrzemski's, who are people that are somehow related to Carl Yastrzemski and I guess Mike Yastrzemski, since they're related. This is the baseball I got. The gentleman here is the president of the Hall of Fame. He signed it. And that's Adam Haley. He was our host for the day. Anyway, I got a lot of signatures, and a lot of APBA Hall of Famers signed the baseball. And it's just kind of my way to remember everybody that was there. And anyway, that was kind of my personal souvenir for the tournament. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I enjoyed seeing a lot of my friends and meeting some friends that I didn't know I had that I hadn't met before. So just thanks a lot and have a good day.